hello to everyone in Cyprus and all the Cyprus Mail readers and viewers. I'm very honoured to be here on this platform showing you how to cook Cypriot and Greek food, which seems insane to me, but hey, why not? Today I'm going to start with makaronia do fournou, or pastitsio as the Greeks like it. It is a firm favourite of my children's, and this is what I'm making in lockdown. I've got some substitutions because I couldn't get hold of quite a lot of things, so I'm going to put the substitutions in where I can, and I'll tell you what I would have normally used if I could. It is a bit of a fiddly recipe, but it's not a difficult recipe, it's an easy one. It's just 3 different stages. You've got the meat filling stage, you've got the pasta stage, which is just basically boiling pasta, and you've also got the bechamel stage, which is what goes on top. And then you've got the baking in the oven stage. There's quite a few stages to it, but it is supremely delicious. So, for your meat mixture, you will need 2 onions chopped. I've got 4 cloves of garlic, finely sliced, but you can have more or less, whatever you like. I've got a big bunch of parsley that I've chopped up. I have 700 grams of minced pork, but if you like, you can use beef, or you can use a mixture of beef and pork, which is how my mum always used to make it. You're going to need some salt and some pepper and a bit of cinnamon in there, and that's that middle layer. Then for the bechamel, you're going to need eggs, halloumi, milk, flour, which I don't have. I've only got corn flour, so I'm going to use some corn flour. I put a touch of cinnamon into my bechamel as well. I know Greeks from Greece don't do that, but I do it. And instead of hen eggs, I've got duck eggs. I've run out of eggs. So it's, you just have to substitute what you can. But I have got, luckily, these lovely proper Cypriot Greek makaronia, the big thick tubes, which is wonderful. But again, you can use penne, you can use whatever you can get your hands on. So that's the macaroni. So the first thing I need to do is start cooking off the onions. I'm going to put a little bit of oil in here, put my heat on, and just brown the onions off. Excellent. How are you all doing in these strangest of times? I mean, it is the strangest of times, isn't it? Sometimes I think, oh, I quite like this. I like being home with the kids and everyone's here. And other times I think I'm going to go completely insane. But hopefully you're all keeping very, very well and very safe and keeping yourself occupied. Please let us know how you're doing. Send us little messages. We love, love hearing them. So these are going to take a little while to brown off. Do you know what I did? I thought my video was pressing play and I pressed stop. So anyway, let me tell you what I've just done. I've added in a can of tomatoes and I've added in the parsley. If I could, I would have added 2 tablespoons of tomato puree. I do not have any tomato puree at the moment, and I don't know when I'm going to get to the shops. I want a really long list to buy before I go venturing out. So I'm going to make it without tomato puree, but I think if you have some at home, add it. It makes it so much richer. So, and then I'm going to mix that in beautifully. It needs a bit more parsley in there. It's going to go in like so. Put that all in. And that just needs to cook down. So that's mixed down beautifully. And now I'm going to add the aromatics. I'm going to put in a couple of bay leaves, which I'll take out before I assemble it. Just pop those in like that. I'm going to add a teaspoon of cinnamon, a very healthy pinch of salt or 2, some black pepper as well. Mix those in together, and again, just put it on a low simmer. Possibly get a bigger pan than I've got now, but and just leave the flavours to simmer down. And whilst those flavours are simmering down, you can start by putting your makaronia to boil. I'll show you that in a moment. It smells wonderful, and the pork is cooked now. The pork is cooked, so you can taste now, just to make sure that you've got all the seasoning right. Let me just have a little taste here. Just a touch more salt. And now for the bechamel sauce. So I'm going to add in my pan, put some butter into the pan, allow that to melt down. Once the butter's melted, that's when you would add 3 tablespoons of flour in, or whatever you've got, and make like a paste. And then once that's done, that is when you add your milk, whisking in. Then I'm going to add half of the halloumi into here, like so. Beat that in. So I've beaten my 3 eggs. I have my milk, corn flour, halloumi mixture going on here. Then I'm going to take some of the warm milk, excuse the beeping, probably the washing machine, and put that in here slowly. And you do this so you don't put the eggs into something hot and they curdle and become scrambled eggs. Slowly mix those in like so. One last one. There we go. And then once that's done like that, I can then slowly pour it into this mixture, beating all the time. And you just keep whisking it till it thickens up. Okay, before it thickens up, let's add a nice healthy couple of pinches of salt, black pepper, and then, as I said, just whisk and whisk and whisk and whisk. So my lovely assistant Zino is going to keep whisking away here for the bechamel sauce so I don't miss it. He's going to do that while I drain the makaronia. Makaronia drained, ready to go, and I'm going to just drizzle them with some olive oil so they don't stick, like so. Thank you, Zino.
It's okay.
So I've kind of nearly got my 3 stages ready. The makaronia ready, the meat mixture is ready, and we're literally just waiting for this just to thicken up. And then my bechamel will be ready. It's thickening up absolutely beautifully, but I forgot my special ingredient that some people hate, but I like adding into my bechamel sauce. And I add a tiny pinch, just a tiny, tiny pinch, half a teaspoon of cinnamon too, because I really think it gives some depth to the bechamel. Some chefs think that's a complete sin. So now, once this is nice and thickened, which it is, it's all about the layering. So as I've said, in these very strange times, everyone has to help each other a little bit. So I'm making this makaronia de fournou for a friend of mine, hence it's going into this disposable one, because she's someone who's got it and is worrying too much about cooking. So I said I would cook for her. So literally, you take the makaronia and you lay them into your pan, like so. Get a nice layer of them, and I'm going to make another little one here just to stay home as well. So the boys get to have some makaronia de fournou, which they love so much. I have a friend of mine called Wendy who has chickens in the Cotswolds and who was my home economist when I was filming My Greek Kitchen. Every time I filmed it, she was there. And she would always make us make extra makaronia from this because her chickens would love to play with them. They go completely crazy about them and they think they were playing with worms. It's so crazy, isn't it? So that goes in there and that goes in there. Now, a little tip in order to keep this staying nice and solid, to do is to take your bechamel sauce and put a little layer, not a lot, just a little bit of bechamel into the makaronia mixture. And that means when it cools and you cut it, it stays solid. They don't all kind of wiggle away. So I put a little bit here, the bechamel, you see that, into the makaronia, just to hold them sturdy. Because what I love about makaronia de fournou is that I like eating them when they're warm. Also love, love, love it when it's cold. Then, going to add a layer of our meat mixture. Oh, I need to take out and discard the bay leaves. So that's just going to go in there. Put a little layer of the mince on top of the makaronia like so. Be generous. We used to have this one aunt, I won't tell you her name because that would be terrible. And her makaronia was so stingy. She never had any meat in her makaronia. If you're going to make makaronia de fournou, make sure that they're generous and there's a nice big meat layer. Let's layer up the little one I've got here for home as well. So once you've got your layer of makaronia, you've got your layer of your mince mixture, that's when you add the bechamel. Maybe it would have been better to have a slightly deeper dish than I've got, but we can make this work. And then on top of that goes a layer of grated halloumi. And then these go into the oven, 180 for about 45 minutes until it's nice and bubbly and brown on top. And then you take it out of the oven and you allow it to stand for 30 minutes. Otherwise it's just gonna go poof everywhere. You're not gonna be able to serve it in those lovely squares. So make sure that you keep it standing for 30 minutes after you take it out of the oven to cool and settle.